So what we're doing now is we're looking in the van at the with the doghouse off. This is called the doghouse for obvious reasons. It covers the engine in these vehicles, and it may not be readily apparent, but the engine actually is well inside the vehicle, and this is kind of nice because it allows you to be out in the cold somewhere broken down, and you just pop the doghouse off and you are working on the engine inside the car. As you can see, it goes down to the ground there. It's an opening. So this doghouse seals. It's got heat proofing and aluminum in it. It seals. You got to be careful not to drop things down in there if you do open it. But the main reason I want to have this, I want to show you this, is what I'm about to show you, which is something that I just fixed, and that is that little device right there. This little cylinder right here goes on with 3 screws and has a plug in the back, and it electronically kicks this out, and this is the throttle cable. As you can see, it even moves the accelerator when it goes down. That is your idle control on this vehicle. And in my vehicle, it had been running very high for a long time, so I took these 3 screws off, unplugged the piece in the back, and actually opened up that little device and cleaned it and just reinstalled it. And now the idle is much improved. I used to have to heel and toe this car, and anyone who knows old cars knows what heel and toe is. You have to literally keep 1 foot on the gas and 1 foot on the brake. Well, I'm sorry, that's not heel and toe. You have to 2-foot drive it. You have to keep 1 foot on the gas and 1 foot on the brake, because when you come to a stop or anything else, if your idle is not working, your car will die unless you're giving it a little gas. So you're putting the brake, giving it a little gas at the same time to keep the idle up. Of course, when you start the car, you have to manually keep the idle up. So now I actually have reasonable idle back. I will turn it on very briefly. I've got the air filter can open because I'm changing the air filter. So I will now see if it'll turn on and park. Put it in neutral. What you will see, I believe, with the assistance of a little light perhaps, you will see that little device. That little device there is pushing the item. It's actually pushing the item. So when I hit my gas, you see how I can rev the engine. Yawn will the push. But that little device is what's controlling the idle speed, and it will turn the engine off. It will vary what it does based on the heat of the engine and all that stuff, whether the engine's warmed up enough. Now you don't want to run this with a doghouse, because with the doghouse open, because the exhaust can easily leak back into the car, as you can see. Anyway, the reason I'm here now and have this all open is to do a quick filter change, because that filter was filthy that was in there. There's a top or a bottom to this. I think it just goes right in there without a top or a bottom. This one's a little dented, but I don't think it'll make much of a difference. If you've never changed the filter in an old car, this is what they look like. They're usually in this circular shape. And I just did a big no-no. I just dropped the wing nut down into the intake. The worst possible thing I could do. So I'm going to stop this video for a minute.